Welcome to this edition of Area DMG. I'm your host, Philip Wesley, the Mile High Mouth. You can find my podcasts at radiodmg.com and our reviews and the download guide at dmgice.com. That's dmgice.com. Delta, Marshall, George, I don't know. Whatever you want to do with that. Anyways, today we're going to talk a little bit about the Nintendo 3DS XL. Now, a lot of people have been wondering, hey, you know that Game Boy family thing? I'm pretty sure you've had the 3DS or the DSi XL, etc., and we will do a video explaining and showing off some things for those. And yes, I own a DSi XL, and I did own a 3DS, and then I got a 3DS XL. So I'm going to go over a little bit about some of the cool things about the 3DS XL. Actually, we're going to go over accessories for the 3DS XL. All sorts of neat accessories and things. In other words, getting the most out of this system. Now, let's talk a little bit about the 3DS XL. Now, the cool thing about the 3DS XL, aside from like the larger screens and whatnot, larger screens, a larger viewing angle for the 3D. For example, the 3D now clicks into place. The speakers are thinner, so it's not as loud as the 3DS or the DSi XL. These buttons are a little bit larger. These are actual buttons this time around. The stylus is over on the side. It's really nicely concave, etc. There's also these little things to prevent it from like rubbing the bottom of the screen, at the top of the screen. They did a great job with this little system. So let's talk about pimping this thing out. Now, the 3DS XL is excellent. In the US, it comes in 3 colors, pink and white, blue and black, and red and black. Also, you can buy the backing separately. So it's possible through Nintendo to buy a red battery cover and replace this. So you could have like a multicolored console or a pink battery cover and replace that with this. So yeah, there's ways to pimp it out. There's you can buy decal skins and stuff like that to put on it. I like the way this thing looks. I just love the design of these. But anyways, I can't leave well enough alone, so I have to buy accessories for this device. So this right here is a Club Nintendo pouch, perfect for holding it. I got the red one for this one because it clashes with the blue and it looks really slick. This is a simple eyeglass cloth, which is nice. You know, it's for cleaning the screen and making sure there's no dust and things. I have to import in a screen protector for the top. Haven't done that yet. But these things, wonderful. Inside of this is a 32 gig memory card, SD memory card, because there's a sale at Micro Center, and I was like, I cannot pass up $14.99 for 32 gigs, class 10. And you shouldn't. SD memory is really, really easy to find. And it's excellent because, like, I can hold tons and tons of stuff in this. But yeah, couple things we got for it. We held on to, where are those? We held on to the styluses and stuff for the Nintendo 3DS XL, the DSi XL. These are the best styluses. They're just the right size. They're excellent. Then, of course, there's the stand that came with Kid Icarus. I mean, we were showing off Kid Icarus just a moment ago. And yes, the 3DS XL does fit on the stand. It fits on the stand perfectly fine. I've been playing... Oh, one thing about the 3DS XL that I really, really, really like, just like the DSi XL, it has 3 snap spots. The original 3DS only has 2. It has this and this. The 3DS XL, like the DSi XL, adds a 3rd one. And of course, they moved the memory cards over to here on this side. And this is pretty easy to take off too. They also made these larger, and they just kind of streamlined the design in general. It does not fit on the old cradle, so you kind of have to purchase a cradle from Nintendo, and we did. It's like they perfected the cradle this time around. It's you can change the game out. There's nothing on the top there, but one thing I love about the cradles for the Nintendo 3DS are that the way they charge is there's a little thing that pushes down and these little spines come out. These spines contact the metal slots on the top of the 3DS, and they allow you to charge via that. You don't have to line anything up. In fact, when you're putting something on it, you just, let's go ahead and pop you over there. You just slide it in. Slides in nice and comfy. As for charging, one thing I recommend, get yourself one of those cables that allows you to charge via USB. USB cables like that. There's a bunch that allow you to do that. And this one right here charges the Game Boy Advance SP, the DS Lite, and then the DSi XL, 3DS, and 3DS XL. Pretty cheap little cable. Wonderful. I've combined it with a, this is a 2 USB slot for a Motorola phone. You can get these for cheap, somewhere between $1.75 to $3 or so. Excellent. You can not only charge your phone, you can charge these up pretty quickly with that. I mean, this done. Pretty excellent idea. Anyways, back to the stands and such again. And to these. Well, we've shown off some of the accessories we have for it. Let me show you off something that, well, this will be out in the US later in 2013. This is the CirclePad Pro XL LL 2012. Ha ha! The SPR 009. It adds a second CirclePad and 2 more buttons. And while you can't change out the cartridge again, and you can't get your stylus, they did add a couple things to it. For example, it's contoured toward your to fit your hands better. For example, the backing of it is just like a contoured controller. You have these little nubs here where your hands fit. They fit. And, of course, it uses the same battery thing. And here's an interesting feature. They added these things. The other one just kind of squishes into place. Whereas this one, when you're putting it in, when you're putting it in, you just slide it in, clicks. You can, of course, charge it while it's on there, but yeah, it clicks into place. In fact, let me take that out and let me put in a different game that uses the CirclePad Pro, and we'll show you what the CirclePad Pro can do. Now, this I picked up with Adventure Time. I love Adventure Time. It's great. Excellent little thing. It's a steelbook. And then I picked up this from Club Nintendo. This is an 18 card case. Oh yeah. Let me put Kid Icarus back over here. Let me get Resident Evil Revelations. And then we'll put that back into there. Resident Evil Revelations. Ooh ha ha ha. Anywho, oh god, I love that game. It's a game that uses the CirclePad Pro. And people were like, you should show off the CirclePad Pro. Yes. Oh, before I do that, let me hook this up to a extra speaker. We have one over here. Let's attach it to auxiliary. That way you can get a little bit of a feeling of the sound. Resident Evil Revelations. Oh yeah. Whoop. Anywho, loading the data. Let's put that volume up a little. Yeah. External speakers are neat, and people should use them. Yes. But yeah, let's not get out of that. But yes, here is the CirclePad Pro. It adds ZL and ZR. Okay, yep. Usernames, etc. Wait. Oh, crud. Cancel that. Select this data. There we go. Data has been loaded. I hit Z and R so that this is awake.
Resident Evil
Revelations. Mwah! Yes. Anywho, let's go to raid mode, because that's a good place to show that out. Let's go solo play. And let's just go to the stages. We don't really want to be in the ghost ship. Yeah. I guess the best way to show that off, let's go to the very first level. Bun dun dun dun. Yeah, okay, anyways. Saving game data, save complete. Yeah, I'm playing as Heisenberg here. And let's go ahead and hit start. Now, the CirclePad Pro does what it always has done, and it adds a second CirclePad to the 3DS. And then we have the extra buttons. One thing I love about the CirclePad Pro is using this top button. Abandon all hope, ye who enter. Is using that other pad for this. And of course, I like being able to move around with that. This is for aiming. I can move while aiming. And of course firing. But yeah, that's what the CirclePad Pro does. It makes it so you've got console style control on this game. Which, excellent. Oh, look, there's the door. It's kind of hard to play when you're like looking through the camera. Now, yes. Anyways, let's kill some creatures. Actually, let's forget this creature and kill him with our knife. Yes, die. I'm gonna kill you with a knife. Because this character is kind of ridiculously leveled. Woo! But yeah, that's what the CirclePad Pro does. I've always liked that about it. Like, oh look, I can work through these. This over here is your A button for healing, and here is, like, let's do this. It's just for me easier to control that way. I like that. Dun dun dun. Just that type of stuff. Woohoo! But yeah, that's the CirclePad Pro. Let me get out of that real quick. Close. Yes, all unsaved data will be lost. But yeah. Oh, before we do this, one thing about Kid Icarus, right? We mentioned earlier, a lot of people were upset because you couldn't control the camera with this. You still had to always control the camera with this. And even if you're left-handed, you had to hold it like this and do this. And that was a pain in the butt. People were like, oh, I can't do this, blah, 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 blah. Even with the CirclePad Pro. Well, congratulations, because you know that stand that comes with Kid Icarus? Yeah. You can use the stand with this. It'll be fine. You just have to line those two things up. I'll be fine. You would use Kid Icarus and be like, oh, la, 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 like that. Of course, you have to sit better and, you know, all that stuff. But yes, there. These are accessories, folks. And, yeah. That's the CirclePad Pro XL and other stuff, and that was just it. I just wanted to show off some interesting accessories for the Nintendo 3DS XL. Which, God, I hope they come out with a green one, because this is my favorite version of the 3DS. I mean, my favorite version of the DS was the DSi XL. My favorite version of the 3DS is the 3DS XL. They moved this over from the middle, because the middle didn't really make that much sense to me. And then they just did such a great job with this. Everything about this is better than the original 3DS, in my opinion. Mainly because, like, this one doesn't cause my hands to cramp up, especially if I've got it in this thing. And with, like, yeah, so good. But yeah, there you go. This has been an Area DMG production. I'm your host, Philip Wesley, the Mile High Mouth. You can see me, or rather hear me, at radiodmg.com. That's RADIODMG.com. Or read our reviews at dmgice.com, including more recent reviews, like, for example, we did in fact review Adventure Time, as well as other stuff. So, there you have it. Thank you for watching, and good night. Also, remember to spay or neuter your fanboys or fangirls.